What is going on, you guys? I am back with another video. Today we're going to take a look at the Transformers Studio Series Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus Prime. Well, before we get to Optimus, let's go over the packaging. So here we have our Studio Series packaging. Nice render here of Optimus in his robot mode and his truck mode. The scene here on the side depicts when he scans the Western Star from his Marmon 97 vehicle mode. You have a nice big of this artwork here on this side. This just looks awesome. You have your obligatory product shots at your transformation steps and your one-sentence bio. So, that is it for the box. In the box, you get the sheath for Prime's sword. You get his Bayverse arm blade. You get the Shield of Judgment. And you get the Temenos Knight Sword. So, the Bayverse arm blade is essentially his arm blade from movies 1 through 3. Too much stuff. Is his arm blade from the first 3 movies. Just transferred over to his new design. So here it is with the Studio Series arm blade. That comes with the Bayverse Prime molds. Here is the Shield of Judgment. Well, done in gray with some little paint apps of red. And the Temenos sword. Done in gray with some red. I wish this would have been silver, but oh well. Here is Optimus Prime in his Western Star truck mode. And I gotta say, this is a good looking, this is a great looking truck mode. Of all the attempts of this design, the original first edition leader class, the retail leader class, the Takara versions, then the TLK Voyager, this is the best attempt of this design. The previous versions have had better paint apps for the truck mode, but it's whatever. I think the only place here in the vehicle mode that has the logo is right here. The W30, is that a 3 or a 5? That's a 5. So that's the model of the truck. But yeah. Focus. There we go. So my biggest nitpick with this vehicle mode is right here. All this gray when we have this nice silver here in the front. This is all gray. That's gray. That's gray. That's gray. The hitch is gray. Would have liked some silver. Like all this right here could have been silver. This could have stayed blue. The pipes could have been silver, but it is what it is because of the plastic. So the weapons can store. Here, plug that in. We take the shield and the arm sword, plug those in, take the sword, and plug it in. So you can store all of Prime's accessories on the back. It's as goofy as it always looks, so there's that. You can, he is trailer compatible, so you can use the 86 Prime trailer if you want him to have a trailer. But yeah. So, for comparison, we get this version of Prime. There we go. Let's bring in the Studio Series Optimus Prime from the first 3 movies. And we're not focused. Hold on. There we go. So there he is with that design. Now for some Age of Extinction comparisons. Here he is with the original AoE mainline Voyager Hound. Grossly out of scale, but they look good together. I don't even know what that was. With the Studio Series High Octane Bumblebee. With the Studio Series The Last Night Crosshairs, until we get a proper Studio Series Age of Extinction version. There it is with Studio Series Age of Extinction Galvatron. Truck modes are pretty good scaled there. Studio Series Stinger. Transformers The Last Night mainline Voyager Hound. So if you want to display this Prime with your The Last Night collection, that looks good. The Studio Series The Last Night Bumblebee. And finally, or not finally, the Last Night mainline Voyager Megatron. Now, finally, the Studio Series Leader Grimlock. You can see how that looks. So, Prime looks great with the Last Night and the Age of Extinction figures that I have thus far. And in general, he looks great in this mode. So now, let's go to his robot mode. Alright, so now we've got Prime back in his robot mode, and man, does this look good. There we go. Well, I'm trying to find the best way to do this. Alright, so now we got him back in his robot mode, and he is looking really good here. Minus the kibble that he's got here, but it's whatever. Let's get a close-up look at Prime's noggin. Focus. There we go. Nice looking noggin. Done in mostly gray with some nice blue in the face. So, yeah. Articulation-wise, his head's on a ball joint. Can get some nice wiggle waggle. Arms can do a full 360. They can go in and out. You have to move the shoulder joint. Got a bicep rotation, double jointed elbow, wrist rotation, wrist hinge, and opening fingers. Get the hip skirts out of the way. You got waist rotation. Hips can go forward, back, in and out. Thigh rotation. Pretty decent knee bend. Full 360 ankle and ankle tilt. So this Prime can get down and funky with his poses. He is quite the poseable version of Prime. So now, let's give him his armament. Start with the Beyblade. Beyblade. Bend the wrist down. There's a port here that this peg will go into. And boom. So now he's got his Michael Bay arm blade from the first 3 movies that he used once in the movie when he was fighting Galvatron. When he said, "You have no soul." Yeah, so you do that. I don't think there's a place you could store it in robot mode other than in here. You can kind of just store it back there in the backpack. So, yeah. Let's get that out of there. Let's take his weapons, open his hand, plug the sword in. Oop, not untab his arm. So now he can wield his sword. And let's take in his shield. Actually, that needs to be down. there. So now he's got his armament to fight Galvatron's KSI clones. If you don't want him holding said weapons, flip this up. That's where we take this, plug that in. You can sheath the sword back there and plug the shield back here. Unfortunately, it does make the truck kibble a little more noticeable, but it's whatever. You can also open the shield up, give him his blaster mode, so he could shoot a couple humans down that pissed him off and killed his friends. So, yeah. I will put this back the way it was. Alright, so now we will plug this back in. And also, the sword can split. You can take the hilt off, plug it in, and then plug the sword back in if you want to do it that way. Yeah, I don't mind just opening his hand and plugging it in to his hand. So, there is Optimus. Oop. Oh, you can also, if you want to recreate the look from the last night, take one of the Voyager Hound shotguns and just put in his hand, so you can recreate that look if you wanted to do that. But yeah. So let's get into some robot mode comparisons. Stand. Alright, starting with, here he is with the mainline Voyager Age of Extinction Hound. So you can see, for Age of Extinction, they look really good together. So there's that. Here he is with the mainline, or the Studio Series, High Octane Bumblebee. And that's pretty accurate too. Focus. I think that was pretty close height-wise to what they were in the movie with each other. Here he is with the Studio Series, the Last Night crosshairs, but you could also use it as the Age of Extinction version. Here he is with the Voyager class Galvatron. They look really good together. I'm glad they did this. Here he is with the Studio Series Stinger. Still hoping they'll make a version 2 of Bumblebee that based on that design. And then I need to show this off before I forget it. Here he is with Leader Grimlock in Dino mode. And then Leader Grimlock in Robot mode. You can see nowhere near size accurate, but it still works. So now, here he is with the Studio Series Trilogy Prime, just so you can see the before and the after. Here he is with the Last Night Voyager Hound, for if you want to display him with the Last Night crew. This scale, they look good. But yeah, so you can see they aesthetically look good together, but scale-wise, I don't like how they look next to each other. Hound just seems too big. Here he is with the Studio Series The Last Night Bumblebee. They look good together. And finally, here he is with the Transformers The Last Night Voyager Megatron. They look pretty good together, too. Like, I'm hoping we do get a Studio Series version of him later. But overall, what do I think of this Optimus Prime? This is probably one of the better movie primes that we've been getting lately. He just overall looks really good. I'm just glad they were able to finally get some more figures from Transformers Age of Extinction done. It's like that movie didn't get any love throughout Studio Series. I mean, we had, officially for Studio Series, we had B, Stinger, Galvatron, KSI, Widow, Boss, Sentry, Lockdown, Shadow Raider, Helicopter Drift. But he's the first one in a while that we've gotten from Age of Extinction. So I'm hoping the next bot that'll get done for Age of Extinction will either be Hound or the Dinobots, because Hound is in need of a Studio Series upgrade. But overall, I think Optimus is pretty good. For what they were able to do with the $50 budget on him, I'm genuinely surprised how well it worked out. So be ready to see this down the road next year in a slightly darker color scheme with new forearms as the Transformers The Last Night Nemesis Prime. That'll be cool. So at least I'll have a version of him to display for both my movies. This one will be staying on the shelf for Age of Extinction. Because as of right now, this is my current Studio Series. Or in general, this is just my general collection for Transformers Age of Extinction. Until we get some more bots done. But, yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think of this figure. So, yeah, this has been the review for the Transformers Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later.